Hi, this is Ashley Curallo, sharing my heart, music, and home, and today I'm going to share a few inexpensive gardening ideas with you. Well, thank you for joining me here on my back patio. Here in the south, it is already warming up. We have actually not seen any snow this winter, and even though my heart longs for distinct seasons sometimes, I have come to embrace the south and the sunny weather that we get even early in the season, and just the extended growing period that we have. And so my mind is already turning towards what to plant, and I've actually gone out in my garden and I've started weeding and moving things around. And when I say gardening, I am primarily flower gardening. I would like to get into vegetable gardening, especially with our current climate in our world today, and that is something I hope to start doing. But flowers are very near and dear to my heart, and I love making a beautiful space to look out my kitchen window and for guests to see when they come over. So today I want to share just 3 simple ideas for creating a beautiful cottage look in your garden that is not going to break the bank. If you have done any amount of gardening, you know that it can be very expensive, and you can very quickly, it cost you several $100s just to bring home some nice plants. So what are some easy things that you can do to bring in that lovely cottage look? First, I would recommend upcycling items. For example, I'm going to share with you an old ladder, painter's ladder, that I found at Goodwill for $6. And I plan on painting it and making it look a little more presentable, but that will add some depth of character in my gardening space. But I just love the details on it. I love this little cross back here, and then even just this centerpiece right here. It's just so pretty to me. I think what I'll do is just set a pot up here. I do plan on dragging this up to my patio and putting it behind my patio furniture. I've even thought about maybe creating little ledges here to put pots. It will at least add a little bit of height behind my patio furniture, and I can at least get one pot up there, maybe something that will kind of trellis or trail down. We'll just create a nice visual effect. I also have an old wheelbarrow that I have painted and filled with dirt, and I plant in it every season. I painted it in this lovely sage green color. I believe it is actually called sage green. I believe it's a Valspar color. Another great way to add some character to your garden spaces is to find some old windows. Someone had given us 2 old windows a couple years ago, and my husband kindly mounted these on our fence here, and it just adds a touch of charm that I just love. So not only can you upcycle items, but you can also look around your yard for natural items. If you have a sizable yard or piece of property, you probably have some large sticks in your yard. You can take sticks and make a topiary or a teepee out of 3 sticks, and then you can put any type of a climber that will go up the teepee, such as beans or a morning glory, or just anything that will trellis, like a Carolina jasmine would be beautiful. If you do wood burning stove, you may even have some logs. There's so many things you can do with logs. You can create a border with logs. I've done that. This year I went out to our log pile and noticed that several of the logs were already hollowed out. So I'm going to use those as planters. So what I did is I also drug up a log slice that I had and basically created a base for this, and then set my hollowed out log on top, and I am so excited to plant something beautiful in there. Incorporating natural elements in your garden is often free. You can just look around your yard and see what you have, or maybe a neighbor has something that they wouldn't mind sharing with you, maybe a sizable rock or just something that you can use. And my third tip is to plant perennials. That is one of the best ways to conserve your money and yet have beautiful plants year after year. Some of my favorite perennials here in the South are black-eyed Susans. I know some people don't really care for black-eyed Susans, but I love them. They are just prolific. You can step on them, divide them up, and they will still come back. They are incredibly hardy. Autumn Joy Sedum. This is Autumn Joy Sedum, another one of my just favorite plants. It's just so beautiful. In the summer, it will have these lovely ball-like green, I guess you could call them flowers. And then in the autumn is when they're the most stunning, just kind of a maroon mauve type flower. And I've lately gotten into purple coneflower. But just check and see what grows well in your area and what comes back year after year, and then enjoy that bloom for free the next year. Another great thing about perennials is they tend to be pretty hardy. Just the very nature of their survival through the winter shows that they are determined to survive. And you can often divide perennials and get even more bang for your buck that way. For example, black-eyed Susans, you can very easily divide and plant in more areas. In fact, they will spread all of their own, and I have even had to dig them out and get rid of some. So I hope you have gotten a little bit of inspiration. So again, some easy ways to make your garden look a little bit more cottagey is to upcycle items, to incorporate natural elements, and also to plant perennials. So thank you so much for joining me on this little garden video. I hope you were inspired in some way. And even if you're not a big gardener, I would encourage you to plant something this year. There's just something wonderful about planting a plant and watching it grow. Especially children need to see plants grow, just as they are like little plants growing, so they need to watch something else grow. Especially as a mother, as I am out in my garden digging around and planting and weeding, as soon as I get out in my garden, my children follow suit with their little shovels and rakes and hoes, and they want to be right there with me digging in the dirt. And so I hope to instill in them a passion for planting and creating a garden space of their own someday. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you all the best in your gardening this summer. And thank you for watching. If you've not already done so, please give me a thumbs up and like my channel and subscribe for more videos on sharing my heart, music, and home. Thanks for joining me.